Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another session of Chief Artisan Thursday. And this time I'm in the studio with.
Shameeka Buckner.
Hi, Shameeka.
Hey.
Girl, it's been so long. We've been waiting so much for this interview. I'm so excited to present you to toctown.com and all of our small business owners. Why don't you go ahead and present yourself and what you're all about with your company?
Okay, so my name is Shameeka, and I'm the owner of Kyoko Linden, and that's a full figure fashion clothing line located here in Chicago. And we customize and sometimes in accessories as well.
She does have a website. You all need to check it out. We'll give you that information at the end of this interview. But Shamika, we wanted to start with what was your motivation for getting started in fashion? As full as the industry is, what keeps you going in doing and producing what you do?
So what made me wanted to be in the fashion designer field. I always wanted to be that. I had a desire in my sophomore year in high school, but things turned and I ended up getting a degree in graphic design, which really no one knows about that, but
Now
more
they
like
do.
right, yeah, now they do. But people always thought that I had a degree in fashion. I thank God for allowing him to give me that passion. But I just wanted to express myself. I wanted to allow people to see the expression and make people feel good. Sometimes we wear clothes sometimes that are not fitting for us, or or I will see clothes that don't fit us properly, where they always dress us in and I hate to say this, like moo clothes with big
Hmm.
flowers and things that are not attractive. Plus size woman likes to look sexy as well, and I thank God for the upcoming other plus size designers too. You have Ashley Stewart, but I want to be unique. I want the plus size industry to look different and be unique in their own way.
Awesome. Now, you said you had this desire since high school and you're now an adult. Did you have someone who mentored you through some of what you know now?
To believe it or not, no. I'm
Okay.
still looking for a mentor. I've taken classes, um, fashion classes, some free fashion classes. So that's how I sharpen my skills. But I'm still looking for a mentor. I'm still looking for a person who would take me under the wings. And so far, I thank God that allowed me to go this far as I have now. But if there's any doors open for mentors, let me know.
We definitely have to do another hangout with other people in the industry who are, classy, godly women, who want
Hmm.
to create clothing that is beautiful and sexy for plus size women.
Correct.
So my other thought is, do you have a favorite quote, like something that keeps you motivated?
It's I don't want to sound like too cliche or too churchy or whatever, but it's one that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And sometimes in my walk with trying to do fashion and trying to stay humble and moderate, and sometimes I do fall off of my goal and destiny. I get a little sidetracked or I get fearful, and then I have to remind myself like I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and that's Philippians 4:13. And so that keep me grounded and that keep me rooted. Like all the fears that I have, or sometimes the insecurities that come upon me, I just have to revert to that quote and that scripture daily.
Awesome. Since I'm a certified travel agent, I wanted to know from you, if you had an unlimited budget, unlimited time, where would you go? Where would you travel? And what do you think your purpose would be?
Okay, so I've been to London.
Wow.
And I wanted to go back to London for their fashion week. And if I had the desire and I mean, not the desires, I have that desire, but if I had the funds, I would definitely take a trip to London to see their fashion week and how their run their fashion shows. My vision, what God gave me, is that I want to be the first full figure designer to showcase my designs over there in London. That's what the vision I have. That's the desires that I want. So I'm just gonna stay London. As I was preparing to get my fashion line together, I wanted to look for a name, something that is unique, different, and you wouldn't expect coming from an African American woman. The name Kyoko is a Japanese, Japanese name, and it's meant cleansed child. I was like, okay, that sound awesome. Cleansed child, cleanse meaning cleanse. And Linden, to believe it or not, I am a commuter to go to work downtown regularly. Everywhere you go, I'm either on the train or the CTA, the Chicago Transit Authority. So one day, the Purple Line, which is called Linden, came about, and so that's where Linden. I got the word for last name Linden from one of the Purple Lines, and then I went to do further research about Linden, and Linden is actually a tree, and it was represented back in the day for like good luck and so forth, and that's how I got Kyoko Linden.
Awesome. I love the sense of creativity and also the fact that you use a lot of your surrounding environment and what you create and what you do. Can you talk a little bit more about how you come up with maybe a design or a special, like you've done fashion shows already, and we're going to show your audience some of the clips from a few of your favorite outfits. Let's talk about that. Like, how do you come up with your inspiration and when you finally decide, you know what, it's ready to be released?
Well, sometimes as a designer, you get a block. So therefore, I have to do research. I have to go to museums and see what colors are out. I get very motivated and get inspiration by other artists, and it's not necessarily as a designer. It could be an artist of who does art. I mean, many genres, as to say. Um, I get that motivation when I go, like I said, when I go to the museums or when I hear a song or when I see a individual just walk past with an outfit. I'm always watching and looking at how others dress. And so once I see how they're dressed, and then I get the motivation to add my um, critique or I pull from another individual. I'm like, oh, I could add this to this blouse, or I could add this to this pants, and that's how I get my motivation about mainly researching and going to different events and see what I could pull from.
Mika and I are going to definitely be working together on a few projects for the fall, but I want her because one thing I do request whenever I interview a small business owner, I have experienced them in their business. So I've been to Shameeka's fashion runway show. She has also graduated to a point where she's been featured in a boutique, but Shameeka, talk to that young designer who has yet to experience their first fashion show or their first premiere or boutique. What would you tell them to sort of kind of encourage them not just to keep going, but be aware of what how was your experience? Let's go from there. Let's talk about your personal experience.
Well, I've been in several fashion shows. Some of them were awesome, and some of them was like, no, don't do this again. And I'm gonna be real with you, but as I'm saying this, it's all a learning experience. It's all to tell you what you would accept and what you won't accept. would hinder your brand and what would boost your brand. That's more how you look at things. Everybody that throws a fashion show, you don't have to participate if it's not going along with your brand. And that's what I've learned as my experience. It's okay to say no. It's okay to do. And then if they offer you to do fashion shows, or they offer you to participate in their event, make sure you do the research first. And then, and second of all, ask if this is for your brand. Would this help your brand? And like I said, would this hinder your brand? Um, and then just be aware, the fashion shows too that I participate, you get to see others uniqueness, how they create their clothes, how they see as fashion. Everybody has their different view of fashion. Everybody has their different takes and look on fashion. But when you come together as one in a fashion show, you can see like, oh wow, she did that. That's cool. Or he designed that. Oh, that's neat. It's like everybody have their own uniqueness, but it's just an awesome experience. And I would tell the younger people, just do research, and if you get one door closed in your face, that's always another opportunity. Don't just let that stick and stay in stone, or however you say it. Just keep going. I know it's like repetitive, or you keep hearing people say, "Well, just keep stick to it." But when I've learned and I've done research, and then the thing is, if you stay persistent and consistent, you will make it. And so that's what I would tell the younger generations that behind me that are trying to get, not trying, but are getting into the fashion field of any sort. Just go for it.
Well, viewers, stay tuned because Shamika and I have agreed to work together on creating some things for small business owners, for women who are over 40. We are definitely powerhouses and want to create, a generation of other young women, other young men who are definitely flourishing in the business environment. So stay tuned for that interview. But right now, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with Shamika Buckner.